Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about a story full of mystery and hilarity involving Mark and his superpower. Ready? With their guidance, Mark exposed the criminals like a superhero version of Sherlock Holmes. Thanks to Mark's power, the sheriff helped cover it. He sent Nick, who found them picnicking on the church rooftop, living the life. Just as they were enjoying their romantic moment, Mark noticed a suit-wearing guy storming in downstairs. Talk about a dramatic entrance. Mark's heart raced, discovered. Remembering the killer, he hurried his girlfriend into a room. Straight out of a movie. After the commotion outside ceased, Mark peeked out to find the church empty. He sighed in relief. Suddenly, the girlfriend's door was banged, and Mark and the sheriff quickly yanked her out the back door. It was like an action movie scene. They hopped on the motorcycle and sped away, Mark reporting the attack to the sheriff. Dangerous game. By the time the sheriff arrived, the church was a total wreck, but the suit guy had vanished without a trace. Not even a fingerprint. Like a ghost. Mark's girlfriend spotted a cannon tattoo on Simon's wrist and asked what it meant, but Simon just played it cool and evaded the question. Mystery man alert. On the way home, Mark's girlfriend feared the suit guy's return, when suddenly a scream echoed nearby. Just when it seemed safe. Late at night, a girl was being chased by two single dogs like stray dogs and ran for her life, straight out of a Hollywood chase scene. Just when Mark thought a hero would show up, a bald guy came along claiming he meant to rescue the girl but accidentally shot her instead. Talk about dark humor. The police discovered the girl had been kidnapped and while trying to escape, was chased by the vicious dogs. What a plot twist. Mark immediately recognized the dogs as belonging to the suit guy. No wonder they look so familiar, seems like these dogs have connections. The police decided to issue a manhunt for the suit guy, but Officer Simon started questioning Mark's stance. Cautious. Luckily, the sheriff backed Mark up, which relieved him. Otherwise, he'd be toast. Mark gifted the sheriff a magical charm, a golden protective mirror, and the sheriff was thrilled. Guess it really is a treasure. Mark wanted to get to the bottom of things, while his girlfriend wished he'd stay by her side, but Mark was busy being a super sleuth. On his way home, a faceless ghost leapt on him, crying for help. Mark was about to flee, but saw more ghosts doing the same. In a panic, Mark started carrying the ghost on his shoulders while running forward, only to hear gunshots behind him. What a ridiculous chase. To his surprise, with every gunshot, a ghost fell. Even Mark got hit. What a disaster of a haunted house scene. Mark suddenly woke up, realizing it was just a dream. No wonder it was so wild. But it made him anxious. What if this dream becomes real? Mark decided to act fast, using his psychic powers to head to a psychic ball hall where he discovered the uniforms that were just like in his dream. To figure out what comes next, Mark found his colleague Tsunami. It seemed like fate was at work. He vaguely saw twinkling lights, a merry-go-round, even competition roars. A colorful sight. There was a big fountain and bloodstains everywhere. This scene could easily be the set for a horror. Tsunami was awakened by the sight before him. Although he couldn't figure out where they were, it was clearly the prelude to a zombie frenzy. Mark then went upstairs to check on his sleeping child, only to find a few evil spirits surrounding the kid, making his heart race. Mark thought to himself, the spirits appearing in town and the impending terror attack were no coincidence. Little did he know real nightmares were coming. At home, he found a gun on the floor. Entering the bathroom, he saw a corpse in the bathtub with an obvious wound. The plot twist was too fast. When he turned it over, it was the suit guy. Mark was shocked. Could this be another trick? It seemed someone wanted to frame him to stop his investigation. Talk about a grand conspiracy. To avoid letting the culprit win, Mark made a bold decision. He wrapped the body in a sheet but accidentally brushed against the corpse's cold hand. From the rigidity of the body, it was clear this wasn't a fresh kill. Mark suddenly recalled the sheriff saying they found no fingerprints on the suit. Plus, the suit guy hadn't been seen in town for ages, and his girlfriend hadn't spotted him either. Mark suddenly realized it was the suit guy's ghost coming after him. Why was he chasing Mark in a rage? Who killed him? Mark decided to handle the body first and stealthily tucked it into his car trunk. He drove off to a remote area overnight, arriving at an abandoned prison to stash the body in a secret corner. A smart move. However, on his way back, he saw countless evil spirits roaming the town. So many that it sent shivers down his spine. It was an ominous sign of disaster coming. Hoping to find the culprit quickly, or else the consequences were unimaginable, Mark decided to seek the sheriff's help, only to find police cars surrounding the shop. As it turned out, just an eye of prayer. The sheriff was enjoying some cream cake off his girlfriend's lips when he heard a frantic knock at the door. Awkward. As he opened the door, he was shot 3 times. Clearly the 2 guys men did it. Too dangerous. Mark hurried to the hospital to check on the sheriff, but was startled by Officer Nick holding a gun. What a shock. Nick said the sheriff was receiving emergency treatment, and his wife thanked Mark profusely. Looks like he really saved the sheriff's life. It turned out Mark's golden protective mirror blocked 2 fatal bullets. This treasure truly works wonders. The 3rd bullet injured him but wasn't fatal, and that's how the sheriff survived. What an unbelievable story. Now, without the sheriff's help, Mark had to shoulder the burden of saving the town alone. He returned to the soup guy's house in search. Just as he was about to find answers, a noise came from the fridge. When he opened it, he was completely shocked beyond words.